Welcome to the Gastlecast. We're glad you passed by. You get the right time. We had an all-time high. Funko's hot toys and charms on mine. Stick around, like, comment, and be sure to subscribe because life's a little better when you have some Chris and Heather. Hey, life's a little better when you have some Chris and Heather. Hey, life's a little better when you have some Chris and Heather. And remember, at these hour walls, we are together. Yes.
So this is a very different episode of the Gastlecast. Today we're talking about Funko in a way that we usually don't talk about Funko.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't going to be a and fart jokes episode, although I do have a and Heather might fart.
It's possible.
But we got some news from somebody. A very legitimate source gave us a bunch of information that we're going to talk about in this video. You haven't heard it anywhere else, because if you did, we would have been reading about it all day. We found this information out last night, and we wanted to make the video, but we couldn't make the video because we had already made a video, and it was 9 p.m., and I still had to shave my legs, and I had to brush my teeth.
And I still had to clip my really long toenails.
And shave on that mustache.
Okay, can we leave that out of this?
So the news we're about to talk about is very bad news. We're talking about people who were let go from their job at Funko, and this could very well affect a lot of things.
So recently we did that video about the social media team, and that was pure speculation. Nothing had been confirmed. We hadn't heard like whispers about it. We made jokes about it just because it wasn't confirmed. I think by now it's pretty obvious that the Funko social media team has been let go. We haven't seen the Funko social media team. As a matter of fact, we saw puppets on Fun TV recently, and in the doghouse, there was just some random guy who we don't know who it was. And it was really bizarre. But Funko sort of does these things and they don't address what's going on to their audience, even though people are wondering.
I like the Muppets, though, or the puppets or whatever.
Yeah,
I thought they were pretty fun.
That was fine. We did make jokes about us possibly taking over the social media role, which we've made very clear.
We'll keep that quiet. We don't want anybody to know what we're doing behind the scenes. We might be the social media team. We don't know it. They don't know it. Funko doesn't know it, but it could happen. Or they'll make Muppets of us, and we will be Muppet Chris and Heather. Think about that. Let that rest on your brain.
Yeah, that's never happening.
That'd be great.
I did want to address that a bit in this video because it is obvious that people were let go. And yeah. I think that it's incredibly up that they did it right around the holidays.
Companies do that kind of stuff, like right around the holidays, even though it's messed up. I mean, I'm just saying it isn't like they're heartless or anything. That's just how business works sometimes, you know?
I understand, but that just takes their humanity and takes it like way down. Like that shows you that they just don't give a f***.
So social media team, out. Muppets, in. I don't know if they can replace these people with Muppets, though.
No, they definitely
can't. The people we're about to talk about, I don't think you could put Muppets in their place.
Something insane happened this week at Funko.
Let's get to the bullet points. You have all the bullet points from our insider source?
Yes.
Oh, we're about to unleash fury. Do you think after we talk about this, like a bunch of news sources will pick it up? Do you think it'll be like in magazines and stuff and like our faces will be in there?
Okay, probably not magazines, but definitely on Instagram, but they'll claim it as their own idea, which, by the way, you're hearing it here first because those people don't have the sources that we do.
Oh my God.
Funko has let go a good portion of their artistic team.
That's not good.
It's not good at all. Like, names you would know, people who have done big things for Funko, who have worked for Funko for years and years and years.
Big names.
Big.
Like names that you would know very well on the art team. Like big people. The type of people that were let go makes me wonder how Funko can continue doing Funko.
I fully agree with that. And I know that some of the people actually came up with really great ideas and really great things. A lot of them are collectors themselves, so they have the collector mindset, and I'm sure that they have pushed for things to be done at Funko that collectors think of. But now they're gone. And we've been talking about Funko heading into more of a business direction lately. I've said many times that I feel like there needs to be a business person and there needs to be a collector. And you need to have both of those minds come together and brainstorm what things would be best for business, but still keeping collectors in mind. Because you want to make money, but you don't want to alienate your collectors because your collectors are who brings you the money.
So do you want to talk about the Mad Tyrant now or later?
Later.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's like the villain of the story. We need to like tell
Which
a
is
little bit of...
unbelievable, by the way.
It is very
Would
unbelievable.
have never expected this information.
Me neither. But we need to lead in with the story and what happened and everything
Okay.
and what we think can happen, and then just hit them with the villain.
If this goes on long enough, I might have to use the restroom. Would that be okay?
You'll have to cut it out of the video. You can't use the restroom right here.
No, I wouldn't do that. I don't want to ruin my reputation on the channel. But I'm feeling a 3-liter coming on, if you know what I'm saying.
It's really hard for me to open those.
You're not going to want to open this one.
If they're getting rid of these people who have all of this experience, who have worked for Funko for ages, how is Funko going to move forward? And how is Funko going to keep collectors in mind? Because I have the feeling that Funko was feeling a little bit of pushback from these people, and I did receive some information from our source about this.
Okay.
But when I first heard the news, I thought, okay, collector minds and artist minds, maybe they're trying to push Funko into a certain direction, and the business minds over at Funko were like, no, you listen to me. I'm gonna get a little off topic, but only for a second. With the Funko NFT drops, we have seen issues. Drop and Funko have been very quiet about those issues. Now, recently, we saw a little bit of some ease coming from Drop, where Drop came out and publicly said things are delayed because of damage, but this is when you should start seeing things, or we'll update you as soon as possible. I believe, fully believe, that Funko gave Drop the okay to do that. But Funko is always very hush-hush, very quiet with their business dealings. So I feel if they get pushback from people who are collectors or artists and they're trying to sort of shake things up a little bit, Funko wants nothing to do with it. So with that being said, I feel like Funko is going to be looking for people who just do what they're told and that's it.
The corporate mindset.
Yes.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, so that was my initial thought. And I have the feeling that I'm onto something there. But there's something even bigger and crazier that happened over at Funko. Basically what happened was the art department made a petition for safer working conditions. Do not know what that means. I don't have the details on that, but obviously something's going on if they ask for safe working conditions.
Very sharp little pencils they're using to make the artwork. Possibly. Allegedly.
And they also asked for higher wages.
Now that'll get them.
Yeah, so leadership of the art department asked, hey, can we get better working conditions? Can we get people some raises because they're unhappy? They found out they're making less money than the industry standard. Brian, allegedly...
The man Brian? The big Brian you're talking about? BB? Big old BB?
Big Brian, allegedly went in and fired everybody.
Ooh.
Yeah, all of the leadership. And the leadership are very big names.
The top guys.
The top guys.
The guys. When you say the guys at Funko, that's who you're referring to.
Yeah.
The guys.
He claimed that they are making wages that are comparable in the industry.
Allegedly.
A quick Google search will tell you that they're not. They're being paid roughly $20,000 less
Oh my God.
than what typical people in the industry make.
Now that's a fact. That's not allegedly.
That's something that I heard from a very reputable source.
I like these sources. What else you got?
Do you remember the big let go of 2020 when the pandemic happened and
The
people
social media team was let go back then. Sully was a part of that. Yeah, I remember, yes.
No severance packages.
What?
Someone high up, allegedly, the person that I just mentioned, allegedly,
Oh no.
found some sort of legal loophole and said, the severance packages, I'm getting a raise.
Oh my God.
Yep, so instead of paying out severance packages, he got a raise.
That money could have been used to pay all those artists.
But instead, the rich get richer. And that is the direction that Funko is headed right now.
Oh no.
We've been talking about it for months, possibly even over a year, about how Funko is doing bigger things,
Selling more.
selling more,
Making more. Failing at it.
failing at it. And it's unfortunate because Funko stands for fun company. And what they're doing is the exact opposite of fun. I understand where they have to make money, but these moves and screwing with people's livelihoods really is
Some of the people that they let go that we know of and we cannot say here are personal favorites of mine. I don't understand how Funko can continue without these figureheads. We're talking about people who are legendary, people who have made like the best products at Funko, the best artists, the best designs at Funko, in my opinion, and they're no longer there.
All because someone is too stingy to meet just what they're asking for. And I don't know the details of like the better working conditions. I'm not sure what that means. But the fact that they're being paid $20,000 less than industry standard blows my mind with how much money Funko is making.
I think we're going to say allegedly because I don't know that for 100% fact. But Funko might not be doing well and they're having to make these big cuts because they're not doing well.
But they can't go on without artists.
That's true, but they can hire some people who are going to be a lot cheaper and will get them to the goals they need to get to. People who might take less money.
I don't know the direction the Funko social media is going in because we haven't seen from them aside from some weird guy yelling about football and basketball and music on that one live and puppets.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I like the puppets. I don't
Okay,
know.
the puppets are cool, but they're probably a lot cheaper than the social media team.
I don't know. That's a big deal when you got puppets coming in. You got people
agree.
controlling the puppets. Mm-hmm. Then you got people filming these puppets,
but
right? There's a certain way you got to film the puppet.
But what if one person...
You got to make like that little box where you can hide underneath. But that's got to be expensive.
What if one person is controlling all the puppets? So instead of paying 3 or 4 wages, they're paying one person to control the puppets.
Who's doing all the puppets? The
Hands
puppet master.
Yeah.
The master of puppets. It's a Metallica song and album.
What if James Hetfield is controlling the puppets?
What if it's Eddie from Stranger Things?
Oh my gosh.
But it's not Eddie, it's the Funko Pop, and he's controlling the puppets.
Okay, this is getting too much.
So I'm not surprised by any of this. Well, one, we know that Funko has had a lot of issues lately.
Yes.
With all the different calls that happened last year. We've covered all that.
Yeah.
Funko is growing. They're trying to grow. Mm-hmm. They grew big time in 2020. But didn't realize that the pandemic was their friend, and when the pandemic goes away or like starts to fade, that their business isn't going to do as well as it did during the pandemic when everybody was home to buy all their toys. I knew that changes had to be made. I've already told you a long time ago what they were going to do, and I had a feeling they were going to go this route. Top Pops has been on a lot of their stuff on Instagram. I don't know if you noticed that, and on YouTube.
Yeah, they even partnered on an Instagram video together. They did the thing where like Top Pops tagged Funko, but like they were like, what do they call it? Like co-creators sort of thing?
Sure.
Which is very interesting and very cool for Top Pops because he has worked his butt off. He is so positive, so wholesome, and realistically, I feel like Funko probably gets more business from Top Pops than they do from just about anybody. I mean, even the social media team. The social media team has been there to show off what's coming out and give little bits and pieces of information. But Top Pops has a larger following than Funko themselves.
Exactly. So why not eat and chew on his audience? That's exactly what I said a long time ago. Use the YouTubers, and that's how you get all the people to follow you and follow Funko and build their brand. You use people, you not use, but you use people like Top Pops.
Yeah.
I mean, work with Top Pops, not use. Well, use. Because they're a corporation, they do that. They should have gotten rid of the whole social media aspect a long time ago and focused on YouTubers. Still no call. I've been waiting for him to call me. Nothing.
So the final thing that I heard, and I only heard it from one place, so I don't know how reliable this is at all, because again, Funko is moving in a business direction. Funko has been mass producing. Funko has been selling like so much stuff. Things have been sitting on shelves. Funko has become almost like mainstream.
They are mainstream now.
Yeah. Remember?
They had Danny DeVito.
We have talked about Funko going into more of the business direction. I think they're realizing, again, the pandemic spiked the big like Funko buy of 2020.
100%.
So then they ordered a whole bunch of shit. Now they can't sell it all because people aren't stuck at home. Again, I heard that they might possibly be doing lower runs of items.
These are all the things that we've said. Social media team should be YouTubers. Said that. It looks like they're working with
Top Pops, yeah.
lower counts from Funko Pops.
Possibly.
We said that.
Possibly.
We said that. If they do it, we said that.
You know what we didn't say? To fire the artists!
No, we didn't say that, but we did yell trash about a lot of the different Funko Pops they were putting out.
Okay,
so
but
that
it's
could go back to the artists.
No.
So that could be blamed on us.
No.
So you're right. We got the entire art team fired. That's the other thing that we've done.
Don't put that on us, because I don't want another certificate in the mail saying Gastlecast fired the entire art team at Funko.
That's coming. You know it's coming.
Oh my god.
But a couple big names in this whole thing. This is the thing that I really had a hard time sleeping last night when I heard this. Because these two particular names, which we cannot disclose here because we were asked not to, so we're not
There
going to do
were
that.
more than two.
But I'm saying specifically two names that popped up is mind-blowing. And the moment where we can actually discuss it, in fact, I don't even know if I would want to say their names even if we were given the okay, because those two individuals are still dealing with the events.
Yes.
But it's eventually going to come out, and I think it's going to devastate a lot of people. Me being one of those people, this is really crazy. I never thought I would see a day where they're doing the things that they're doing today. Because Funko is now public, making really bad decisions, money-eating decisions, and a lot of the fan base is sort of turning their back on them. We have noticed a lot of that. Additionally, the NFT thing, that didn't turn a lot of people on. So people get angry and they turn away from the brand. There's just so many bad things going on in the Funko landscape that a lot of people don't talk about, like Top Pops. He's talking about the positive end of things. But we're going to be the realists in all this. Even though we yell trash and we throw things and throw boxes and lose patrons.
To be realistic, this is trash.
But in reality, they are a business. They got to do business things, even if it is cutthroat, and I don't agree with it. I think the best way to sort of end this video is by saying, like, we loved all the people that were behind the scenes. We knew a lot of them. Some of them we knew like through others, like personally, and then there are some others that we were just fond of. One individual was part of the reason why we started our own toy company, Mischief Toys.
Yes.
Because they're such a legend and they do really cool things. We just love what they do. And we wanted to be in that world too because they make it look so much fun.
I feel so bad. And same with the social media team. Like, even if it didn't intrigue us, it intrigued other people. Yeah. And I feel so terrible that it's become this corporate and this is like what it's come to.
Well, we just blew the lid off this whole thing, and I can't imagine the type of comments we're going to get. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of questions. People want to know who it is. A lot of speculation in the comments I think we're going to get.
We can't speak on
that. And then
that's
okay. There can be speculation. We can't make any, we can't say anything yet. Eventually, we might be able to say something. But for now, we're going to keep it on the DL. Don't personal message us either. We're not going to answer or email. Don't email us. Don't Instagram us. None of this. Because we seriously cannot give answers.
This is a nightmare, honestly.
It is. It's a nightmare.
I feel so connected to this because we have been collecting Funko for the closer end of a decade now. I feel like something that I love is like slowly crumbling away.
It's all happening fast and too soon, Heather. As Andy in the office says.
Break me off a piece of that fancy feast?
No. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. That's a pretty heavy-hitting quote there, Heather. Well, I guess we'll have to see what comes. After all this happens, and then when all this news kind of comes out and people start talking about it. But until then, the Wednesday and Eddie Munson Funko Pops will keep that company alive.
For now.
We would like to know what you think about this entire situation. Of course, you're hearing it from us. We heard it from a source. It isn't like it's posted up everywhere. You're hearing it from us. You're going to share it with other people. This is going to make its rounds, and then we'll kind of go from there. I'm sure eventually it'll be everywhere. We'll be talking about the people that were let go at Funko, like openly, but for now, we can't do that, as we mentioned before. With everything you just heard, we want to know what you think and more in the comment section down below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Tina Maldonado, Trishan Raj, Joshua G, Michael Petrino, Joseph Mayfield, Brian, Tony Hagman, Greg F, Porcine Pikachu, Ryan Thomas. Thank you so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock. So let me leave you with some good news before we close this video out. Head over to MischiefToys.com and order yourself a brand new Mischief Toys hoodie. We're taking pre-orders now, and the sizes range from extra small to 5XL.
Pre-orders are only going to be up until next Wednesday, January 25th at 12 noon Eastern. So please, so you don't forget, make sure you go over there and order yours today. Thank you all so much for your support. And while you're at it, sign up for the newsletter so you get the most up-to-date information, because we have some major fire coming for all of you in 2023.
MischiefToys.com. All right, it's that time again. Remember, as always, we hunt together, yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.